On the 12th day of Thranos Keener's assumption of the title of Hearth, the stranger, the person who crashed through the guild and spoke only a single word before collapsing, opened their eyes. Armantel, or Owain Selisk, immediately sent for the Great and the Hearth. And this is where our canto begins. In the corner of a small room against a heavy door, Orowine and Valara whisper to each other as Thranos Keener takes a seat next to the bed, and the woman lies there almost motionless.
Thranos takes a seat beside the bed and offers a warm smile. Welcome back. You made quite the entrance. Most people usually use the door. How are you feeling?
Where am I?
You're in the Emberlight Guild. You've been unconscious for some time, but you're safe. I'm Thranos.
I'm the stranger kind of pauses for a second as they shake their head. I'm Obscura, and they just gingerly push themselves into a seating position and refocus on Theranos' face. Where?
The Emberlight Guild, Varan.
Okay. Why? They're gonna pat themselves down. Where? Are these my clothes?
Valara turns from the door. Your uniform, and she looks kind of quizzically at you, is being repaired. Your weapons are safely stowed.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I don't remember much. What?
It's okay.
What?
Just
how did I get here?
yeah. You kind of came crashing through the ceiling a little bit.
Oh,
Yes, and we really must talk about damages. And Valara goes to take a seat, and Orowine kind of pulls her back.
Yeah, Thranos kind of looks over to her and kind of gives her a look of like, not now, please.
Damages. Okay.
Don't worry about that. Just one thing at a time. How are you feeling?
I've crashed through the ceiling, I guess. And you're gonna see them kind of like stretch out their back, and their hand is going to go, and they're gonna pat around their shoulder blades. Was I by myself?
That we could see. Yeah, there was no one else paid a visit anyway.
Oh, okay. There's confusion. And there, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I'm not even really sure where exactly I am.
Are you hurt still?
No, they're going to like actually stretch out their limbs bit by bit, as if they're doing like a check-in. No. No, I actually feel pretty okay. I can only say thank you. They're gonna look at Theranos first and then at Valara and the other person in the door. So, yeah.
Seeing your look upon them, Alara kind of points herself. Alara Ventry, I am the great of the Emberlight Council, and Orowine. You can. The man is bursting to ask 1,000 questions. He's kind of half fidgeting, and he's writing it. He is writing everything you say down, and then he looks at you. Oh, I am the mantle, Orowine Zelisk. Uh,
Uh-huh.
where did you come from?
I came from, and they're just gonna stop, and I think I came from somewhere up there. I'm my memory's a bit hazy. Did I not did I land on my head or something?
You had quite a hard fall, but
Oh,
if we can try and jog your memory, when you arrived, you said one word, war. Do you know what you meant by that?
at that, there's gonna be like a stillness that settles over them. I'm not too sure, but I think I'm supposed to be here to, and they're just going to kind of like put their hands up and like sort of, and not as a way to cause. I think I'm supposed to be here to help. I think I just I can't remember. If you can jog my memory, please do. This is this is bizarre for me. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's kind of unprecedented for us as well. But thank you. If things come to you over the next few days, you can let us know. But we'll figure out what comes next. Whatever
Of
follows, you
course.
don't have to do it alone. It's if you're wanting to help, we'll graciously take it. There's obviously something you know deep down that's maybe it's hidden behind walls at the minute, but
Yeah. Yes. At the very least, please help me. I don't know how much damage I've caused. I can only imagine it's bad enough to
Quite
warrant.
extensive, actually. And
Lara-
Orowine just kind of like is now pushed her, he's trying to push her out the door.
I'm sorry.
pay her no heed.
Oh,
That's fine.
No, I'll do anything to help. I don't know if I have a coin purse on. You said my uniform. Like, do you have my uniform? If I see it, maybe it might help.
Orowine leaves the room, kind of after pushing Valara out, and he returns a couple of minutes later, and he hands you your outfit. And there is just this pressing feeling, like there is just this sense of, as you hold it, just this dread.
Oh. All I know for certain is I'm supposed to be here to help, not to cause damage. I'm sorry.
No, for now
I'm,
that is enough.
I'm supposed to be here to help. I don't know who said. I don't know.
Help the Emberlight? Help Phaeton? Help us
Um,
against what?
I don't know. I'm just this a uniform. I can only assume that I wear it for a particular purpose, but I'm supposed to be here to help wherever I've landed, and it seems I landed in your Grey Hall, so I assume I'm supposed to help you. And Obscuria is going to look at Theranos with a I don't know anything else.
The world has already ended.
What do you mean?
The gods are gone. There's nobody. And he like Orowine looks perplexed. Like, how much worse can this get?
When Orowai says the gods are gone, does any of that resonate kind of true?
It feels like deja vu.
Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. The world has ended. The gods are gone. I crashed through your grave hall, and I was wearing this uniform. What weapons did I have?
And Orowine looks to Theranos.
What weapons did you have?
There was a mace.
Oh, okay.
And there was no special like insignia or anything on the weapons?
Okay.
We can show them to you, but it was a mace,
Yes.
nothing special.
Yes,
We'll get them
please.
and we'll retrieve the weapons.
Orowine kind of signals to you, Theranos. A word, Arth.
Aye. Excuse me, one moment. And he gets up
Of
and
course.
goes over to Orwin.
I don't know who or what they are, but there's nothing new, you know. They've just woken, so perhaps some rest.
I think it will take time, but I don't think now they pose much threat or anything to us, but
All the same, I think somebody should keep watch on the door.
I think so. But I've seen what hardship draws out of folks, you know, when the gods have left the heavens, and perhaps people then looked upwards for salvation when they were there, but now they look to each other, and maybe she needs someone to look to as well. The Last in Dark's taken a lot, land, lives, but it hasn't taken kindness, and I think that's something that we could maybe extend until we know more what's happening.
He bows his head at you, like just a gentle nod. Spoken like Malin. Oscula, we'll let you take your rest. Thank you for answering the questions. We will have some food brought to you momentarily.
Oh, thank you. I greatly appreciate that.
He
And
gestures.
here, Thranos walks back over and takes out like a little notebook and a quill and some ink and hands it to you. If there's anything that you remember or thoughts that you can't speak aloud, just write them down. Sometimes words remember.
Taking the pencil and paper, you immediately start writing. Like, just almost like muscle memory. And when you are done, you look at the words on the page, and you look up at Thranos and Orowine, who starts to open the door. And Thranos, you see sentence: the worst hasn't happened yet. Good evening, and welcome to the latest episode of the Emberlight Saga. We return to Lights Under Little Brother Lake. And if you have been following along, you'll know that our dear Seraphina went ahead to scout along the surface of the lake to get a better sense of what might be happening. Before we dive into tonight's session, a couple of quick things. The Emberlight Saga is a dark fantasy campaign, which means we do touch on some fairly heavy themes: loss, grief, hopelessness in the face of a dying world, supernatural and psychological kind of horror elements. If that isn't your cup of tea, then by all means, please check out any of the other D8 Dungeon content that is out there. We over on our YouTube channel. There are plenty of one-shots from our charity streams, but there's also our podcast series, Romancing the Dungeon. Again, if you don't like horror, you won't like Mark for Midnight, which was our Monster of the Week 1980s horror-inspired adventure. But there's random DMs where we played The Lost Mines of Phandelver and The Dragon of Icespire Peak, and we're currently ruining Curse of Strahd for people. So if there's plenty of content out there, but we're not the only ones. There's plenty to choose from out there in the world of actual play and fictional content. So today I'm going to suggest you check out some friends of ours on the other side of the world. I was going to say Down Under, but I feel like that would only aggravate Emily. But I would strongly encourage you to check out the Hexes and Vexes channel. Emily and the gang are incredible storytellers. They're a lot of fun. Emily is a phenomenal dungeon master. Oh God, I'm being too nice to her. It's so upsetting. That's it, Emily. That's the one nice thing I say about you all year. So I'm going to drop a link to them in the chat to make sure you give them a follow and check out they have a new project. I don't know if I can talk about it. There's a new project. That's all else. I think it's out there. It's called Fuck Bard Island, and I get to play in it, and I'm so excited because it's so funny. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just playing a himbo. So yeah, it's anyway. Make sure you check out Hexes and Vexes. Um. Okay. Are we good to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just organizing my the spell slot thing because I'm
Oh.
usually a druid, but I now have things for my focus points that I'll be
Okay.
keeping track of.
You might need them.
I might need them.
Serafina, as you find yourself descending, the something within you is being pulled towards the center of the lake, and you see where the lake itself has been pushed back. You can see below you the roofs, some caving in, some perfectly intact, but you start to see this, just the spectacle of a village below you, and it's covered in mud. You see drifting lights kind of moving between streets. You hear the low, warbled, drowned sound of a bell ringing, and it reverberates all around you. And as you draw closer, the lights begin to fade.
Mm.
And when your feet touch the ground, you find yourself standing in the ruins of a village.
Wow. Okay.
The water is a wall at your back. Something here
Whoa.
is pushing this. You have swam, sorry, because you weren't swimming, you have flown to the bottom of this lake, and
Okay.
the water towers over you a good 90, 100 feet.
Whoa. Okay. Do I still have my broom?
You do.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's incredibly quiet. Like, you can't even hear the water. Like, it's, it's there, you can see it, but it's just quiet. The ringing of the bell has stopped.
So does it feel like if I were to put my hand in the water, would it like shoot up with current, or is it just like a block of water? Can I do that?
Yeah. You push your hand towards the water, and it is that sort of like, I don't know if I'm going to go up or through.
Yeah.
As you touch it, as you reach out to kind of just detect, there's a moment where it feels solid, like it does. It feels like a wall, and then your hand just pushes through.
Okay.
It's wet. Like
Does that, like, no water spills out or anything? Like, it's not
Nope.
breaching a surface? Okay. And, okay, so in front of me then, that's like a video game. As soon as you get in, you have to turn around and see, like, what's behind me. So in front of me, are there, like, can I see evidence of people, or is it just more like dilapidated buildings and silence?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh, okay. What do I have to perception? +5. Dirty 20.
Okay. Kind of making sure that, what's behind you is there in solid water. You kind of turn back, and your eyes start to you scan what's in front of you. And there is, again, like, you can, at first it just looked like the lake bed at the bottom, just mud and stone, but it's actually cobbles, and there's a street, and you can see footprints going in all directions.
Oh, wow. Are there any that look particularly like heavy or well-trod paths?
There seems to be sort of two lines. One kind of one circles around a building in front of you. Like it just seems to, again, and I say building, it's collapsed. You can see a wall.
Okay.
It's covered in like reeds and mud. They seem to circle off. Another one then kind of goes to your right, and that seems to be like the street follows. They seem to be walking the street.
Mm.
And as you kind of turn and you track those, this seems to be maybe the main thoroughfare in towards the heart of the village.
Okay. As curious I am about the other thing, I think my goal now is probably to find some people if I can, or just make the most of this scouting mission. So I think I'll head towards like the main thoroughfare if I can.
Okay, so you're gonna go down. You're gonna go to your right.
Yes.
Yeah. You kind of would it be fair to say kind of not hesitantly but cautiously?
Yeah, I'd make sure like I have all my stuff. Make sure that I've got that broom like attached to me, basically, because in my mind I think that's the escape route. So now I just need to figure out the lay of the land.
Perfect. As you kind of start to move off and you follow this road street down to the right, you realize it becomes clear as you move off. This must be like a perimeter road, so this seems to kind of circle kind of around the village, because that main building in front of you, having kind of traveled Phaeton with the guild, you get a sense it even kind of looks a little like a Killy Bridge, in that sense of when you approach the village, there wasn't a drawbridge, there wasn't a gate or anything, but there was a guardhouse. So maybe that first building was like a checkpoint or a station where there might have been a patrolman or a guards person to keep watch on who was coming and going. But this road sort of meanders and circles around the village, and there are lots of little small streets and little alleyways. And again, you do see from those tracks, some filter off, some move through. The stillness around you starts to feel pressing, like that quietness. Like it's the pressure people can feel before a thunderstorm, where the air, it feels warm and it feels like it's being pushed down on top of you.
Okay.
And then you hear something as you move down, like you just hear, and it's like a squeak of metal.
Okay.
And you just see a lantern half hanging off a wall just sway.
Okay.
But there's no breeze.
Do I get the sense that, like, besides the recent footprints and stuff, like, do I get the sense that this is, like, lived in at all? Sorry, I just saw your cat.
Yeah. Well, I saw yours jump off a piano, so it's okay. I think it's when you hear the sound, you turn and you look. You can see this must be a house. This must be where somebody lived. There are footprints in and out of the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
And as you peer closer, you do see there's faint embers glowing in a little fireplace.
Cool. Okay. And then one last question about the environment, and then I will be going into that. Does it seem like I don't even know how I would be able to tell this, but maybe Seraphina's like life around the water, she'd be able to tell. But like the debris that's on like the roofs and stuff, does that seem like it was recently there? Like, does it seem like maybe water washes over this every day and then recedes, or is it like that's been there for like months? Like, does it smell horrible?
Yeah, so it is. It is, the air here it's stagnant. Like it's and like none of the like, and there is debris everywhere. There's chunks of broken wall. You can even see some of the roofs. Like there's like kind of that dark, like that dark green algae that sits on stones and that hasn't been touched.
Yeah. Okay.
That coats a lot of the buildings on the roofs here, and again, it
Okay.
does have that sort of kind of moldy earth, stagnant water kind of smell.
Okay.
And as you draw closer to this little house, and kind of are you going to go in, or are you?
Are there like windows that I could sneakily look through?
You were, again, as you kind of peeked in, that's from the window. You could see that little fireplace.
Oh, right. Okay.
So if you want to give me an investigation check,
Why
from
not?
here, just to see what else.
Oh, I have a -1 to investigation. How exciting! That's an 8.
You look in, and then you just, again, your eyes, you see a small table, and there's plates and cups on it. Like, they look untouched. They don't look rusted. They don't look. And then you just hear wom, wom. Like, this bell sound again.
Right.
No, what you have to do, it's your stance. Your stance is all wrong, and you hear Serenity. And as you look back, it's the courtyard outside the guild hall in Emberlight, and she's half clinging to the side of one of the trees, like one hand up on a branch, her two legs, like the claws buried into the bark. She hops down, and she grabs your left arm and she grabs your right arm, and she, like, without any sort of, she's mindful, but it's no, you're wrong and you're doing it wrong, so I'm going to show you the right way.
Okay.
She fixes you into a space, and it's that weird sense of deja vu. This happened recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's a memory. What's it of?
I mean, Serenity, being from the mountains, is always very, very sure in her training, whereas me, coming from all the water nations, as it were, the water villages and stuff, I tend to just be more malleable, and I move into whatever position she gives me. But it's always hard to act like you're from the mountains whenever you're used to movement. But yeah, so I think that would have been just from one of our morning training sessions that Serenity and I do sometimes. When we discovered that there was another monk in the place, we decided we should share knowledge, because we don't often get to do that as monks from different places.
Can you make a wisdom save for me?
Oh, okay. Where is my wisdom? Oh, okay. Oh, I should have done better on this in the last session. I have a +3. 12.
It's hazy. Like, you remember Serenity, but like as you focus on the memory, it feels, if the memory was a painting, it feels like it was made of watercolors. And now the paint is seeping, so you can, the details of it aren't as clear. And the knowledge that Serenity gave you, the tactics, the stances, they're not there. Like, it's maybe, and then it's hang on, maybe that was just the start of this. Maybe we haven't, and now there's this weird sense of, what's your passive perception?
15.
You, like, it's strange. Like, it's that, like, as you're staring, because you're looking into this this house, and you see these plates, and they seem, and the table, and it seems untouched. And you remember Serenity, but it's the why was I thinking about Serenity a second ago? Something out of the corner of your eye catches your attention. Like it's like movement. And as you look, you don't see anything. But down the cobbles, there is just this trickle of water that moves
Okay.
and then disappears. Like it recedes.
Like, okay. Like, as in, like, it just kind of, like, then disperses among, like, the rest of the cobbles? Like, there's not, like... Or does it go around a path that I just can't see anymore?
Yes, it's the latter.
Oh, maybe this is stupid, but I'm going to follow it. But can I stealth follow it? I know it probably doesn't make a difference, but,
Yeah, but no,
I'd like to try.
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. 14.
You, it's the kind of... You wait for it to kind of like... It's that second of don't go straight away. Don't move right after it. But you press into the wall, and you feel the wet, the cold, and the damp of the stone against your back. And then you shift slowly around the corner, and it's this small side street between lots of little huts and houses, but it seems to open out into a wider space. And as you skulk down this little path, you get a very weird sense of being watched.
Okay. Let me check her intelligence. I want to see how dumb I should be. I mean, I've got a -1. Hello? I'm going to just try to call out and see if anyone responds.
Your voice just echoes around the village.
Okay. Can I still hear the bell?
It's gone. Yep, it's silent.
Whenever I looked into the place, had I touched anything, or was it just looking in that had triggered the bell?
Yeah, it was just looking in. Like it was just the and again, it's that thing of like it feels... That's like, I looked in, I heard the bell, I remembered Serenity. I don't remember quite what we were doing when. So it is that sort of... There's like something missing.
I know Diego had mentioned a lost village. Would I have known anything about this village prior to him mentioning it, or is it just like such a small random place that I wouldn't have thought of it?
Give me I tell you what, you can either give me a history or religion check. And I think purely, and I'm gonna let you roll either of those with advantage.
Okay.
Purely because this lake is important, and
Right.
I feel like it's from your point of view, from your training, and from your own kind of philosophy, it would make sense that you might understand these bits and pieces.
Okay, I got a 15.
Okay. This Little Brother Lake is like, there's so many stories about it. There's so many, and it's strange. Of the lakes in the Kingdom of Phaeton, there are these three mark the eastern half of the kingdom. Little Brother Lake feeds the river Darrow, which is the name of this region, and the river gets its name from that. That feeds the Middle Brother Lake, and then feeds Biggest Brother Lake. But without this one, without this space, without this lake, without this river, without this body of water, the other lakes wouldn't exist.
Okay.
And there's a lot of legend, there's a lot of myth about it. And as you kind of try to piece it together, or kind of what you kind of remember, there was a village, and it's one of those things where the name, it you can't, like, it's on the tip of your tongue, but it doesn't matter. But because what you remember, this used to be a site for pilgrims to visit,
Hmm.
and it is directly connected to one of the lost gods
Ooh.
from the old world, the Tawar,
Oh.
one of the primes. And it's the stories are incredibly different. Like, they differ, but you would know that Tawar is often seen as sort of like aside from the god of water, all rivers are kind of connected to him, and many people
Mhm.
see them as his offspring. Now, he does have he had a son himself, but again, nothing to do with the water or rivers. So a lot of people would have come here before the lasting dark, um,
Okay.
and would have come here to pay homage, and it's why uh, Little Brother Lake is probably uh, revered as much as the
Okay.
other two.
And now you said a lost god, but like would people still worship Tuar?
A lot of river folk, boatmen,
Mm.
ferry, a lot of fishermen, definitely. Like, nobody in Achille Bridge said it, but again, it's a fishing village.
Mm.
There are probably people who would still pay homage and respect to them, mostly out of that, like, please let the river be safe, please let the
Yeah, sure.
so
Like a superstition
yeah,
more so than
more
like
so.
outright
Yeah.
devotion.
Yeah,
Okay. So would I kind of have that then, spending my whole
I
life
think so.
around?
Yeah, and again, I think it might have been a small bone of contention, particularly with your father. Um,
Hmm.
uh, Fate is a wonderful thing and all, but people can lose their whole lives to pursuing it, and your father would be a much more sort of pragmatic individual.
Sure.
Um,
Some probably from my mother,
yeah,
Faylene.
I think so.
She and I probably saw eye to eye on that.
Yes, and again, from her perspective, it was it's just fascinating. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, um, and yeah. So again, it's this strange feeling, Serafina, as you make your way down the street, and you see, like, you can, like I said, some of these buildings, some of these little houses, and some have collapsed in, some are openly exposed. As you drift down this street, quietly and softly calling out, you only hear your own voice bounce back. It's strange how much of your own memories start to kind of surface, and
Hmm.
what do I know of this place? Well, it's a pilgrim site, and then it's the mom and dad, and the discussions, the debates with Aldro, and the existence of the gods, and the idea of faith when we know there are no gods anymore, and then and never arguments, never. But it's
Yeah.
and there is a moment where it's this sense of sort of nostalgia just kind of washes over you.
Hmm.
And there was something your father used to always say. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Okay. 18.
Again, it's there for a moment. It's sort of like it's on the tip of your tongue, and you just like it's all he said, and it kind of stuck with you. We dream to give ourselves hope.
Hmm.
And what is fate if not a dream?
Ooh.
Take 3 psychic damage.
No, I thought I succeeded that time. All right.
Something as you remember this, and again you remember the conversation. It was one of the last times you had ventured home, and over some food and some wine and conversations, and a lot of the family had gathered, a lot of friends of the family had gathered, and again, as it always does, a quiet corner, people gathered, like you see all of it. The memory starts to feel like it's becoming washed away or drained out, or again, like that watercolor. But then you hear Aldro, you remember what he said. And in that moment, as you hear your father, there is just this hissing screech, and it cuts through the silence and it rings through your core. And again, from under you, you see and this isn't just a trickle of water anymore. This looks like somebody has overturned a vat. Water just recedes from you violently. Again,
Whoa.
up towards the market square.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna head toward the market square. Does it seem like there are any buildings that are newer than others? Like, or is there like a temple tutoir or like anything that I can see from this vantage point? If not, I'll just go to the market square.
Give me another perception check.
Okay. Dirty 20 again.
So it's that thing of, what was that? And the pain, like that sort of, it shakes you. And then something in you reacts, something in you responds, and it's the get your bearings, get your sense of self, ground yourself. And immediately it's I need to ascertain what's around me. You're only about 10-15 feet away from the market square, and you do see kind of, it's not particularly big, but there are this sort of there looks like to be a fountain, or there may have been something here, and a lot of buildings kind of facing out onto it. As you sort of look around, to your right there is a kind of a large building. Chunk of the wall has collapsed outwards and is spilled out into the square.
Okay.
But that's not what catches your attention. You see stuff inside. There's like a pack, there's boxes, there's clothing, there's a lot of stuff, and not old, not rotting. Like these things look new.
Okay. And one question about the water that came out of me. Did it come like out of my person, or was it just under my feet?
Under your feet.
Okay. I think, hello? And then she'll walk closer to the building with all the supplies inside that look new.
As you approach, you hear your voice kind of call out, and something moves inside.
Ooh.
Like you hear something kind of rummaging.
Right. Hello, I mean no harm. I'm just trying to find out where I am. Well, I think I know where I am, but trying to find any help or any person.
The rummaging stops, and just from the back of this building, like there under half a collapsed ceiling, stooping under it, you see a kind of a young furbolg woman, just sort of like she has to crouch under, like kind of push, and she's very careful about it, but she's holding a kind of a pack, like it looks like it looks like an adventurer's pack, like it looks like a good heavy sturdy leather bag. Apologies, sorry, this isn't yours, is it?
No, I've only just arrived, as it were.
Oh, welcome to Claro.
Thank you. What's your name?
And she just stares at you.
Oh. Do I know my name still?
You do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Serafina.
Welcome
Are
to
you
Claro,
okay?
Serafina. Yes. I am just trying to sort. I'm just trying to sort these things out. I apologize for the mess, and she kind of looks around her. But I assure you, I will have the inn up and running. And then she just kind of stares into space.
Okay. We had met a furbolg up top.
Mhm.
And had he lost a son or a daughter? Was that?
Let me check my notes very quickly as to what I said he did. Go back,
He
go
did
back.
speak about the village speaker that was lost.
Yes, our village speaker is lost. He
And granddaughter?
Yes. And then there was another woman who had lost her son.
Okay.
But he
Yes,
had
I
died
remember her.
on the lake. Yeah. So there was Wallen the Furbolg, who was kind of like, no, the lights on the lake are a real thing. And then you had this other woman, the half orc, who was like, no, they're not. So there was that. Yeah.
I was just trying to see if he. Well, let's see. Do you remember a man named Wallen? Has he come by recently? I'm trying not to like upset her memory like you would with an Alzheimer's person, but I still want to try to jog something.
You see her like she visibly reacts when you say the name. And then she just looks behind her. And then she buckles. And she falls forward onto her hands, and the pack kind of spills away from her.
I'd run to her immediately.
You see water rush away. And she looks up at you, and there is just blood seeping from her nose and her ear. Oh, I'm so sorry. I must have hit my head. Welcome to Claro. Are you here for the pilgrimage?
I am. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? And I'd help her stand.
She gets up. Oh my, the place is a mess.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've seen so many things like this in my time. This is nothing.
And she smiles at you, Serafina, but it is this hollow smile. It's like she's remembering that is what a innkeeper should do. I need to organize. There will be more people coming soon. I must get ready. If you'll excuse me. And she turns, she doesn't make any attempt to wipe the blood away. She doesn't make any attempt to, she moves kind of further into the building, and she just starts moving stuff, and she's trying to make, you can see from inside now, there's a ramshackle setting. Like, it's a broken table with an overturned crate next to it, trying to prop it up, and there's bits and pieces. Like, she's trying to make this place look like a tavern, but with what she has.
Oh, there are so many parts of me warring here, because jogging her memory hurt her, but when I succeeded, it also hurt me. But and then I also am thinking, like, do I help her make it look like a tavern in here, or is that something that helps her to have a job, something to busy herself? Do I see any, like, I mean, if she's here, presumably there's other people around that also don't remember anything. Like, do I see any remnants of other people interacting in this space?
So what I will tell you is there's a lot of tracks in and out of the building. Like, there's obviously, and they're not all her. Like, you can there's different, like, prints in the mud and the dirt. Like, you can kind of tell that. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. It's a 2.
In terms of other people or specifics, no. And as you kind of take the space in, she stops moving. And again, the bell rings.
Oh.
Seraphina, when you don't know what to do, sometimes the best thing is to do nothing. And a woman steps out of the dark, and you see this slightly older Air Ganassi woman. I'd probably put kind of like early 50s on her. She's wearing very similar garb to you, Seraphina, and that's sort of like but hers are long and flowing. Like, and they seem to be made of a slightly more sheer material. Like, her sleeves are quite long. Her hair is bundled up into a kind of a high knot that then spills over her back, and it's this wisp of gray and silver. You see the edges of her eyes, and the wrinkles and the crow's feet, the laugh lines around the edge of her mouth, and she steps gently and delicately into the space, and you're transported into your memory, and you're on the edge of the harbor inshore, and you can feel the sand underfoot, and you can hear the ocean and the waves crashing against the shore. You hear the sound of gulls and sailors and fishermen. You hear the ringing of a bell. And on the other side, sort of standing on one leg, like both hands up above her head, and just sort of drifting, like, and that fabric draped across her is kind of caught up in the wind, and it kind of spills around her. Just do nothing.
I'm sorry, Lohana. It's just hard. All I want to do is move. I want to be fluid, like the water, like you talk to me about all the time.
Yes, but even water must come to a standstill when faced with a block. stop, rest, think, and wait. Do nothing.
Serafina closes her eyes and just breathes deeply and does her best to just stand still while being observed and clearly a bit uncomfortable.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh. Ten.
You hear that low bell sound, and you look over your shoulder out into the market square, and there's people, and they're not looking at you. It looks like a village. They seem to be getting ready and organized, and there are people moving further up, and you see that as you watch them and you trace this cloister of people, they're moving up a slope, up a small hill, and your eyes are drawn to like just a piece of stone jutting out of the earth. And as you look back to where the woman was, what woman? What's her name? And the memory's lost.
Oh. Whoa. Oh man, it's hard to put yourself in the feet of a person who's lost a memory. They don't know what they've lost, so they can't even like be upset that something's gone. It was just a blackout moment. You had mentioned that the woman in this inn per se had an adventurer's pack. Can I like rifle through that if it wouldn't upset her?
No. She dropped it. When she fell. And it's that sort of, what was I doing? Oh yes, sorry, I was looking in here. I was checking for stuff. You find it. It's kind of almost at your feet. And as you kind of even go to turn, you scuff against it and you look down, and again, yeah, it's a hard black brown leather pack, and there's a bedroll kind of furled into it, and it's kind of slightly wet to the touch as you pick it up. But there's immediately your eyes are drawn to the engraving in the letter. It's the Emberlight sigil of the lantern.
Okay. Oh, all right. Is there anything else that's inside of like a journal or anything?
There's
or anything helpful as well.
There's when you look inside, there is there's a potion of healing. There's a rolled up piece of parchment paper.
Okay.
And there is a notebook.
Ooh, okay. Absolutely yoinking that potion of healing. And then I want to roll. I want to read the parchment paper, and then obviously I'll go through all of it. But I'm interested in what's on that parchment. If it's like a leaflet, have we been sent here loads of times and we've lost people we don't know, kind of thing.
As you reach for kind of the parchment paper, it feels strange to the touch. Okay. You unfurl it, and there are glyphs and writing on it. It's a spell scroll.
And I can't use those, can I?
Oh no, you can. I don't.
Okay.
But you have to roll an Arcana check and all that kind of stuff. But
I see.
So you don't even know what the spell scroll is.
Great.
Yeah, but you have found a spell scroll.
Okay. Would I, and this is me just totally shooting in the dark, would I have any notion of like, because spell scrolls can be very helpful to the individual, like fly, or they can be like death circle. Yeah. So like, is there anything that can signal to me that like it's an offensive versus defensive spell or anything?
Give me an
Arcana, or is it just
check.
scroll?
Yeah, no, give me an Arcana check. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a 1 because I have a -1 to my Arcana, so I rolled 2.
No
I
idea.
got
No.
nothing.
No.
Okay, that's fine. I'll still take that. Does the notebook say anything? Like, does it say who it belongs to or any information?
As you're kind of rifling through this, there's again, you take the potion, you take the scroll, and you add them to your own pack, and then putting it down and kind of rifling through the notebook. There's a lot of entries. Some are drawings. Some have like a leaf or a feather or like it seems to be kind of like a scrapbook as much as it is a diary
Okay.
or journal. But the inside cover, the first page, you see the diary of Felicia Auroniran.
Okay, Felicia.
Core, if you are reading this, the book is cursed.
What? Okay. Core. Okay. And is Core a person that I know?
Yeah, Core is Diego's daughter.
Okay. Has Diego mentioned a daughter to me?
You'd know that he has two daughters.
Okay.
And you would know Core is a member of the Emberlight. She
Okay.
is a lantern warden alongside her mother Sarla.
Okay.
The family are they also run a tavern, and one of the other daughter
Yes.
works in the tavern. Diego used to. She has
Yes.
since kind of taken it over. But yeah.
Okay. And is Felicia the other daughter's name, or is this a different?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, I need to check my notes because there had been was it F on. It was F on the stuff that we had with us, right?
Yes.
There was a fifth horse.
Yeah. And there was
Why would she
a
go
bag.
ahead? Okay. So. Okay. What's Diego's last name? Is that the dead giveaway?
Auroniran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh my god. Wow, how deeply tragic for that family.
The Furbolg woman just moves past you. And she's
Is
kind of-
Diego a Furbolg, or is his
No.
is Sarla?
Sarla is a... Oh, I can't remember what Sarla is.
I'm just trying to see if this is Felicia, but
she moves past you, and she's moving into the market square. Like whatever she was doing, she stopped, and she's now moving out into the market square.
okay, gonna take that pack with all this stuff in it, and I'll say Felicia. Just trying, see if she turns around.
She doesn't react.
Okay, I'm gonna follow her.
She moves. It's like you see people are kind of trying to fix stalls and like make the place, and they all say hello to you. They wave and they're smiling. They're all dressed different. Like, I mean, everyone in the village is, they don't all wear the same clothes.
Sure, right.
But like, there are merchants
Different regions.
here. Yes, yeah, and it's that. Like, and it's the, like, this, and that you do see. There's even people dressed as guards. Like, there's guardsmen. There's road wardens. You even see one or two people bearing kind of Mantry's steel insignia. There are members of the Church of Vale in their robes, but they're all here and they're all doing different things, and they seem to be trying to fix the place. They're trying to make it look like normal. They're trying to like repair it.
How tragic.
But
About how many people do I see?
There's about 30 people here.
30
in the market square, and there's
Wow.
just as many more heading up that hill.
Wow. Okay.
The Furbolg woman is joining that group, that procession upwards.
Okay. And everyone you're saying is like kind of focusing on like making the place like look nice, getting it to rights, having kind of a normal market Sunday type thing, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Is there anyone that looks more like aware, like me, who's like a little bit worried or anything like that?
Give me an insight check.
Okay. Oh, okay. Come on. Oh, it's just a 10.
You're trying to scan the faces. Like, I can't be the only person aware of what?
Okay.
Serafina, you haven't been to the temple. You need to make your offering and your prayer.
I want to know if I have enough like sense left in me that I can just like turn and sprint the opposite direction, like get as far away from these proceedings as possible to see if it's.
You start running, like you're running in the opposite, like kind of back the way you came.
Yeah.
Okay. You start running. And like nobody reacts. Nobody.
Oh,
like,
so weird.
Nobody's chased. Like a few people kind of look up to go, "Oh, okay." And as you do, you hear laughter. Like you hear, like you can hear, and it's the sound. It's bouncing off of walls. Like it's kind of echoing around you, and it's just full of joy. Like it's pure, unfiltered joy. And as you kind of head back towards that tavern, where that's that side street, just down a little sort of alleyway, you see something move, and you turn and you look, and you see your mother, and she's hiding behind something. She's looking over her shoulder and she's smiling, and then that laughter gets louder, and then
Is there some sort of check I can do to just keep going, like to just try to ignore whatever visions are coming to me?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
No. Okay. Oh, dirty 20.
You push on.
Yeah.
You literally, like, it's the you shake your head, and when you do, just this pain courses through you. Take 5 psychic damage.
5. Oh no.
And you feel blood like run down your nose.
Okay.
You continue to run. The laughter follows you, and you can see these, like, again. You see Phelan every now and again, like just turn to look your head, and she's standing in the doorway, and she's kind of crouched down, and then she kind of pops out of it, and then you hear just this laughter. And then you make it to that first street, that kind of that perimeter that round the village.
Mm-hmm.
And as you turn the corner back up towards where you had landed, there's something there. And it's sort of moving out of the water. Like it's remember that wall of water that you had kind of reached out to?
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be sort of forming in that space. It's taking this shape, vaguely humanoid.
How far away am I from it?
Oh, about 60, 70 feet.
Can I get How big is it forming into? Like just humanoid or
Humanoid,
like...
yeah, just a little bit taller than you.
I want to mount my broom. I want to be slightly in the air so that I can see if I can like take off straight up. Is there water above me, or is it just like the wall?
Just that wall. Yeah, nope. Just that wall. So you're not even in a dome, like, so it's like the lake water's been pushed back.
Okay. I want to investigate this strange person forming out of water, but I think I'm going to shoot straight up on my broom and see
And kind of go over.
See what I can see from that vantage point before I decide to like broach that wall.
As you shoot up, again, you can kind of see over the tops of these the buildings again. You see the market square. You see that little hill and that stone pillar sticking out. There's a lot of people gathered on the hill. And as you look down at the shape below you, it looks familiar. And the bell begins to ring again.
Oh no!
I can take the pain away. I can take the grief and the hurt away. Wash you in the water so that you only know joy. And you hear this voice in the back of your head.
What I witnessed is not joy. Those people are lost. And I think maybe I would try to broach that wall, like to go up above it and away. Some sort of self-preservation is left, you know?
Leave now, and I will take what you remember of him. And the shape below forms into Aldro Lyandil. Stay and help us.
Do I know my father is still alive, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And he's only threatening to take away my father.
The memory of him.
Right. God, that's so fucked. I think because she's seen around 60 people walking around like zombies, that she would still try to leave and hope that her mother can fill her in. But I think she would say, what you threaten is not a joy. I've no sadness tied to my father, and I have trust in what I can rebuild, but I know that this is not right. And I think she'll try to fly away and risk it.
Give me one last wisdom saving throw.
Fuck. Okay. All right. Come on. It's a 9.
The memory is gone. There, you don't recognize the man below you at all as the broom shoots up. His face, his smile, his clothes, his smell. He's a stranger. And the broom shoots up over the wall of water. And you hear the bell ringing loudly. And that is where we're going to turn to the others. We find ourselves on the small pier of Achille Bridge. Herodor, Diego, and Felicity, you sit and watch as the townsfolk just begin to drift away. The small group that had gathered to watch the Emberlight Guild at work to see what they were doing, what they might figure out, those that had come to support and those that had come to jeer. With no sign of the woman on the broom, most people just head away. It is the three of you, Carissa and Wallen, just stood, watching and waiting across the lake. What are the three of you doing?
What am I waiting for? Why would it be standing here when there's only the three of us? Something feels wrong. Why haven't we went out to look?
Didn't we just do that?
I haven't been out in the water. Can't hear you, Felicity. Or is it just me? Can everybody else hear?
Couldn't hear either.
Okay.
Wallen, just as you say this, Herodor, he looks at you, and then to you, Diego. No, you haven't been out the lake. Your friend. She's ventured out, and he kind of points out across the lake.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't remember.
You must be mistaken. There's no one else with us.
No. He might be right.
Carissa, just sort of the orc woman, just kind of steps. This is exactly, and she's saying this specifically to you, Diego. This is exactly what I've been trying to say. Wallen is simply trying to stir up trouble. Three of you came. Three of you investigated the lake.
I haven't investigated anything.
Above table, would we remember our conversations with Wallen and Carissa?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Wonderful. Thank you.
Sorry.
I'm going to direct this. Felicity's going to turn to Wallen and ask him, what friend? Tell me everything you remember about them.
A tall, lithe woman, dressed in very simple robes. She has a broom that she flew on.
Herodor,
Yes.
you've been journaling, like you've been taking notes on everything.
Oh, yeah, good point. At that point, he reaches into his pouch and opens it.
There's a lot of names on a page, Herodor, but you see your name at the top. Felicity, Diego, Serafina, Wallen, Carissa, like they're like the names of the people in the village, the names of the tavern, the innkeepers you had met from the Broken Key. All of them are on the page.
I started writing this after what happened at the inn. I turn and look. Is there 5 horses?
You've walked away from the village square. So
did I leave them? We leave them down there, did we?
They would have been left. Yeah.
Can we see your notes?
Oh, of course, yeah.
So looking around that list of names, I see Diego, I see Herodor, I see Carissa, I see Wallen. Who's Serafina? Is that who we're missing?
Must be. Because after I wrote Carissa and Wallen, I wrote down everybody that Wallen said is missing.
Okay. And I think Felicity is just sort of trying to process everything that's happened since we sort of discovered potentially a missing person back at the inn. So, like, since that first letter F extra horse, she's just trying to mentally calculate everything that's happened since then and how we could have lost another person. And Wallen said, well, did Wallen say she went out on the broom?
Yeah.
He did. Yep.
Okay.
It starts to rain.
Fantastic. What time of day is it?
It's late into the afternoon.
Late into the afternoon. All right.
Is
Without
the
hav-
weather... Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is the weather around, like, on the ground around here kind of marshy, or is it, like, fairly rocky, or...
Give me a perception check.
Yeah. That is a 16.
Your eyes, like, you start to scan kind of the bank around Little Brother Lake. It's mostly mud, and there's tall grass, there are reeds, but it's mostly muddy. And again, it's probably from people, walking to the edge of the bank, hauling boats up and down and stuff like that. That it's kind of worn away. But that's what your eyes see, Herodor.
Okay.
And you see the rain hitting the lake, and you don't hear any sound.
Ooh.
Huh. Rain's supposed to make a sound, right? It does that everywhere. Not
Maybe we should get inside.
But
no, it's like the lake is absorbing it.
Do I hear the water hitting the ground?
Yep, you can hear the lake. You just can't hear the rain. And it, like, as you say this, Diego, and like you pointed out, Herodor, Carissa, literally, she pulls up a shawl up over herself. The four of you can stay out here like idiots. I'm getting out of this. And she legs it off of the pier. Back
what does
towards
Wallen
the village.
do?
Wallen just lets the rain fall on him. Maybe it'll be easier to forget.
No. Nope. Although, what I was going to do was set up my tent. That's all. I was looking for a place to do that, because that way we'd have somewhere that we could cover ourselves if we needed to.
What I'd remind the three of you of is, because this isn't unknown, and it's fairly common. Ever since the Lasting Dark, there are natural phenomena or unnatural phenomena that occur. Clouds of miasma, this sprawling fog and maelstrom of dark energy can kind of roll across the land like a fog. But there's rain that falls sometimes, and it's known as hushed rain. It doesn't make any sound. Most folk, when they find themselves caught in it, look for cover, because the rain doesn't pool or seep. It vanishes like a ghost. It makes no sound, and those who find themselves caught in a shower for too long can succumb to illness, lapses in memory, strange dreams, and even finding their luck turning against them.
We haven't been that lucky thus far. Is there a place within the town where we can stay? Is there an inn or even a barn?
Wallen is just looking up into the clouds, like he's just looking up. Ask for Marshall at the Drowned Guppy.
Why don't you come with us, Wallen?
No. I don't want to anymore.
Something about this man giving up is really hurting Felicity's heart. So I do think she would try to persuade him if there's a way for me to roll for that.
Yeah, you can give me a persuasion check.
Yeah,
but you're going to need to tell me what you're saying. It's one thing to roll a dice, but you never know. Your words might.
Yeah, I think she definitely clocked him saying maybe it would be easier to forget, and she would think about all the people she's lost and how she would feel if she genuinely forgot them, and she would very gently and respectfully reach out and maybe like just touch his elbow. And very earnestly be like, easy isn't always right. And it might seem less painful to forget, but what if you get them back? Somehow your granddaughter comes back to you and you don't remember her. That's not easy for anyone. Come with us and let us figure this out together.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right.
While you're doing this, Herodor's like unfurling part of the tent to use it as like a makeshift umbrella on the way back from like.
Okay. Felicity has a +7 to persuasion. And I rolled an 18, so that's a 25.
Okay. At this point, Diego, what are you doing? As you see Herodor kind of unfurling sort of the tarp from the tent to try and shield you from the rain.
As soon as Diego said maybe we should get inside, he was already starting to back up in a way. But then seeing that Wallen wasn't, Felicity's trying to convince Wallen, he was kind of stalling to see if he would need to help.
When you take him by the elbow, Felicity, Wallen's head drops down. And he turns to look at you, and you see, you can see where like the white and gray hair sticks to his forehead from where the rain caught him. But you can see a redness in his eyes, and he gives you half a smile. If I had half of your hope, lass, maybe. Get yourselves inside. And he turns from you. He literally turns his back and he just stares out towards the lake. I want you to take a point of inspiration. Even though it didn't work, what you said was incredibly moving.
I will carry the names so that you won't have to anymore. And start walking back with the tarp.
I'm gonna go with my people.
You're heading back up to.
Cry.
You're okay. If you want us to take a quick break, I can cut to a quick break. If that's
No. That's very sad. Yeah. So we are putting up a tent or finding a place in town to stay.
Yeah, heading back because he gave us somewhere to go. So it's the tarp is more just to keep us all covered.
Okay. With each of you kind of taking a corner and trying to hold it up over yourselves, You head back to Achille Bridge. You see your horses have been tied up in under a cover. The square is empty. Shutters are drawn, doors are closed. But you do see faint lamplight coming from from inside a window, and again, Diego, with you kind of leading, there's a very crude drawing of a little fish upside down with a little X for an eye and some bubbles coming out of its mouth, and very crude lettering for the drowned guppy.
I don't hesitate. I get to the door and inside. I've got too much personal experience with the hush reins at this point to even linger.
Okay. If I think if that's the case, everybody kind of just spills in behind you. The tavern is quite empty. There's behind the counter. You do see a human gentleman of about kind of 40, wide build, a dusky red beard, shaved or bald on top, but he sees the three of you. I reckon this hasn't exactly been the best of welcome to Achille Bridge. Is Wallen not with you?
We couldn't convince him to join us.
I see. He hesitates. What can I get to?
Can we stay here for the night?
Of course.
And something warm for dinner would be wonderful. And I'm just going to check in with Diego and Herodor and see if there's anything else that they want.
I don't know.
I think we need a quiet corner to take stock.
Well, we have 4 of those. You could make use of any of them. I'll bring you over something to eat, and he reaches up to the top shelf, and he takes 4 small aquamarine little glasses. And he puts them out onto the counter. He uncorks it, and immediately there is just this perfumey, sweet smell that just filters through the air, like it's pungent. And Diego, you recognize it as, again, it's sort of, I don't even know if you've tasted this or drank this before, but you know of it. It's literally, it's just called the Plum of Boss. It is a very, very rare old plum liqueur.
So to Herodor, it smells like just alcohol.
It smells like pungent. It just smells like alcohol. Yeah, but
is that the Plum of Boss?
It is. It feels fitting to pour one out.
I understand.
And he pours 4 little glasses, and he gestures to the 3 of you to take a drink. He holds the glass up.
I think for a brief moment, Felicity stops to consider how wise it is to take an unsolicited drink from a stranger when we're already dealing with memory loss. But then her more native nature kicks in, and she just chucks it back.
He knocks it back as well. Rotten stuff.
Okay.
He corks the bottle He puts it back up onto the shelf. Fix yourselves wherever you want, and he kind of gestures towards the fireplace. I'll bring you guys over something to eat, and I'll ask the wife to prepare the rooms. And he goes about kind of just busying himself and getting food and drinks ready for you. Is there anything anybody else needs, or is there anything you would like to do at this point as the three of you take a seat?
Well, as he kind of turns away and puts the bottle up, anyone who's looking anywhere near Herodor sees the face of like pure disgust that he's had. And it looks like he's if I was doing a constitution check for alcohol content, I would be automatically failing it. He may be made of sturdier stuff, but dear God, has he never drank something this potent before.
Okay.
So he is a little tipsy.
I think Felicity is like, she's here and she's aware and she knows that they need to figure this out, but the interaction with Wallen and seeing him choose to forget has really affected her. Like, I think she's deeply, deeply sad right now, which is not it's not normal for her. So her companions would understand that this is like a wild mood shift.
Okay.
I would like to play a sort of, not a funeral dirge, not a drastically sad song, but something mournful, and confer bardic inspiration on both Herodor and Felicity at the moment.
It's a somber piece. Like, it's not a it's not a song for, as you said, it's not a song for a funeral or a burial ceremony, but it is a song about loss and remembering those who have gone before us. From somewhere back at the back of the tavern, you do hear a woman join the song. Like, her voice joins yours, Diego. It just drifts through the space, and it fills the room, and then there is just this warm, heavy, herby sort of aroma that begins to fill the space as they bring a stew to a boil. You feel your stomach rumble, even if your mind is occupied, your stomach isn't. And the food that this gentleman brings out, it's served in heavy wooden bowls, and there's, I won't call it a crust because it's more like half a loaf, but there is just a wedge of bread sitting on the edge of the bowl, and it is drowned in far too much butter and garlic. And he puts down a carafe of wine, he puts down a small pot of tea, and he just he lets the three of you get your fill. The rain, as you look out the window, Diego, the rain continues to fall. At this point, Serafina, in the distance, you can see the edge of the lake, and you can see a small little pier.
Mm-hmm.
There's the crowd of people. There were people there. There were, and again, this weird sense of deja vu envelops you. And I need you to do two things for me, and I'm going to ask you to decide.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to give me a wisdom saving throw and a perception check.
Okay.
And one of those is going to be at advantage. The other will the other is at disadvantage.
Okay. So there's a disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay, and you said wisdom saving and perception?
And perception, yeah.
I think I'll give myself advantage on wisdom.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you for the advantage on that. So that's an 18 on the wisdom. And then disadvantage for perception. That's why can't I do math? That's still a 17 for perception.
Okay. Damn it.
Yay, I get it all.
No. You came here with 3 people. There were, and it takes a second. Diego, Felicity, Herodor. 4 people. Felicia joined you. And then it's who's Felicia?
Ooh.
You see the edge of the bank and the pier get closer. The rain just pelting down on you. You see it diving into the lake. There's no bounce back. The rain just seems to fall through and vanish.
Whoa.
And as you realize you find yourself caught in a storm of hushed rain, you see the lake water below you begin to ripple. And it surges out in front of you faster and faster.
Okay.
And there's a shape. There's something below you. It moves 5, 10, 15 feet ahead of you. And as you see the pier, you see a Furbolg man, Wallen, and the water just engulfs him.
No!
And he's gone.
Damn. And there's no check I can do to try to get him. He's just swallowed up.
Yeah. I mean, you could fly down into the water with the broom.
No, okay. Okay. I'm going to try to veer to whatever path would get me flying over land as quickly as possible so that there's no chance of the water trying to grab me as well. Oh.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hopefully. That is an 18 on acrobatics.
It is that thing of like you're trying to keep an eye on the land. Your eyes are forward. You look down and that shape is below you, and you see the Furbolg man being literally pulled away, like pulled deeper into the lake. And at that same moment, something surges up out of the lake towards you. There's 14, 15 faces, people made of water, and they just hands reach up for you. You grab onto the broom and you pull upwards.
Yeah.
And as you do, it's the momentum. You catapult yourself off the broom and you hit the water. It's like skimming a stone. You hit the water, and then there is a wet thwack as you hit the bank and you roll. There is a pain in your side, but you manage to catch yourself. The broom just clatters against rock and stone a couple of feet from you as you see the water just return. Like it just splashes downwards, and the lake goes still,
Okay.
and the rain stops.
Oh, okay. Are there any people on the beach still, or is everyone gone?
There's nobody.
Cool.
You see footprints heading back towards the village, but you don't see anybody.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to grab the broom and make my way into town, shouting, "Hello, hello, anyone, please, please, the rain is gone. Please come help me. I need to tell you all something very important."
Inside the drowned guppy, you can hear again, Diego. You notice like it's been about an hour. You've eaten your fill. The song has been sung. The Marshall, the innkeeper, introduces you to his wife, Kala, half-elf woman. She compliments you on your musical skills, and again, Marshall tries to coerce you into playing more music so that she can sing. And just as your arm is almost twisted, and her arm almost twisted, the shouts of a frantic woman cut through the air, and you start to hear with the rain, as you look out, as the rain has stopped, people have kind of started to filter out. And like that, Seraphina, some people are just looking at you. You're covered, you're soaked to the bone, you're covered in dirt, you've blood, you've a streak of blood out your nose, you're carrying a broom.
Yeah.
A woman literally grabs her two kids away from you, like, because
That's fair.
And she kind of scurries them off. Most people are giving you a wide berth.
Right. Is anyone coming to me?
And we can hear her.
You
from
did,
the inn?
yeah. You heard her.
I tried.
I think just from like by nature of who we are, we would go and somebody's asking for help. We're gonna go and check it out.
I think more importantly, we don't recognize the voice at all, do we?
No, not at all.
Devastating.
Yeah.
But yeah, Felicity would immediately step outside and try to see who it was that needed help.
Do I see her?
Yep, you see
Felicity. I know. Oh God. I'm sure some people don't remember me. I know half this village does, and half the village doesn't. But
Seraphina.
I know you. Yes. I'm Seraphina.
I don't remember, but your name was in Herodor's. We figured out we were missing you. We just.
Yes, we're friends. We're new friends, but we're friends. I left with you and with another. Her name is Felicia. Is Diego still with you? Diego and Herodor?
Did Diego come out with me?
Oh yeah, just like sheepishly out the door behind you.
Yeah.
Felicity's stumbling over a chair.
I would not even bothering to to fix myself up in any way. She's just bedraggled and says, "Diego, I'm so sorry. Do you know the name Felicia? Do you know a person named Felicia?"
I think I met a Felicia once. Runs a saloon.
Yeah. I think you might know her quite well. These are her belongings. She came with us. This is the F that we were seeing on the 5th horse. We did have 5 of us. Gosh, I've got a lot to explain, but
how do you know this? What happened to you?
Wait, come in. Just come in first. I think you need to sit down for a bit.
I don't even think I think she'd be agitated, and as we now know, her instructor was always trying to get her to be still, and I don't think in this moment she could be. I think she'd be kind of moving from foot to foot, kind of way too hopped up on adrenaline.
but do
So
it
she-
inside.
She'd be like, no, this is too important. The lost village of Claro. I've been there. I was there. As you can see, I'm soaked. I'm hurt. But I thank God for that broom. I just flew out of Claro. It's the people in there are lost. There are 60 people who don't know who they are.
While Seraphina's sort of spilling all of this and moving around, can I cast Healing Word?
Yeah. Okay.
On
Thank you.
Marshall is also kind of standing at the door with his wife, and they gesture for you to come in to get warmed. She's already gone back to get more food. Felicity casts Healing Word, and
2d4.
you recount everything from
Absolutely. Anything that I could remember, I would say.
the wall of water,
Yeah, and I think as well, I'd say I don't know why. I feel like something inside me is broken, but something's very wrong.
Okay, Seraphina, you get 11 hit points.
Whoa, thank you. I'm back up to full.
Please continue.
I think it would just be like nervous and talking and relaying everything to you all. But I would want to say importantly, like something feels empty in me, but I couldn't possibly explain why. I don't know why I was so upset leaving when I did.
Do you need a hug?
Sure.
Herodor will stand up, slightly unsteady, and hug.
Seraphina would definitely accept it.
Is there
Herodor,
still like food and stuff on the table?
no.
Okay.
Kala she's brought out like a full bowl and stuff like that. So
We're gonna try to feed you.
Thank you, thank you, everyone. I'm okay. I'm here. I did see someone on the pier get swallowed up by water. The water tried to follow me as I made my way to the beach. Someone else just got taken. I should have said that first.
Was it a Firbolg man?
Would I have known that, or was I too far away?
You actually saw him under the water being pulled away. It was very quick. It was definitely a man, but you can't.
Yeah.
In terms of details.
It was a man. I didn't get details. He was gone so fast.
It was probably Wallen.
Maybe he'll find her there.
As Herodor finishes hugging, people would notice he started to cry, but he's shaking. He's just like, it actually helped. I helped. The book worked. What?
Yeah, I think I would like pat you on the back a little bit, and then I would thank the people who were giving me food, and I tried to like calm and stop being hysterical as I'm relaying it. What were their names again?
Marshall and Kala.
And Kala. Okay. Kala, thank you so much. This is very kind. And Marshall.
She kind of nods, and she as you tell the story and kind of wolfing down the food, and she's taken some of the clothes, like some of the outer layers off, and she's kind of hung them over the back of a chair to maybe dry them a little bit, or at least warm them up by the fire. Seraphina regales you with what she saw and experienced for the most part. There are gaps, but this idea of this idea of something is wrong. Something doesn't feel the same for Seraphina as it did before she went to the lake.
Can I ask you a question, Declan?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know I wouldn't remember my father, do I remember a thing threatening to take something away from me when I was leaving? Or is that all gone as well?
Oh, no, you remember that voice. That
Okay.
has left a stain.
Okay. So I would, in detail, relay that as well. Oh, God. down in Claro, there was a huge wall of water. I actually couldn't have left if I didn't have this broom. And as I was trying to lead, there was a voice that threatened to take something away from me, and there was a form made out of water at the bottom. I don't know, but I knew someone would want me to just leave anyways, come hell or high water. And so I left, but there's something evil there that's stealing from this village. And more. I saw Mantry Steel members down there. There's people from all over in different, from very clearly different places here, there.
Why would the lake want to collect people?
I don't know.
Diego is holding Felicia's items and staring at them. And he just looks up at each of you, and Herodor's eyes, presumably still a little wet from crying there. When I joined the guild, I thought there'd be a lot more fighting wolves and a lot less existential dread, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty confused right now, as are you, I'm sure. But I think it's important we don't get hung up on what we've left behind. What's the next move?
How do we get in?
I think we need to find the people that still remember, some who have been lost. I don't know why, it just feels like collecting some sort of information that they would have, or if anyone's returned, I don't see how anyone would, to be honest. But I did, so maybe someone else did.
Yeah, Felicity's going to ask Marshall and Kala, has anyone ever come back to the town with a story like this? Anyone who went missing or claimed to have been from the town that you all didn't remember come back and had a story like this?
They both look at each other, and Marshall kind of retreats in, and then Kala just kind of puts her hand on his. It isn't our story or place to tell. And she just kind of starts to rub her husband's arm. I don't know if it's the same, but you met Carissa Hammer?
Yes. She lost a son, did she not?
She says not.
She did. She lost a 14-year-old boy to the lake. And I have known her since we were children. And I have known that woman to walk the banks of the lake every single day, looking for her son.
Without
So
knowing
she
what she's
remembers.
looking for?
It was only a few weeks ago she stopped. She doesn't remember him. It doesn't make any sense. I remember him. He was this quiet, tall wisp of a lad. He looked so much like his mother, but he had the temperament of his father. And she can't remember him.
I wonder if she chose not to, like Wallen, because it hurt too much.
And then Marshall and Kala kind of just look at each other and...
When did he disappear?
Her son?
Yes.
He drowned, love, 30 years ago.
Oh. Okay.
You don't have to give us details or break any confidences, but if you do know of anyone who still remembers who they might have lost, it might help us. Like Seraphina said, any information might be helpful.
Half the village, dear, half the village have forgotten. And I fear, and she now kind of just squeezes Marshall's arm. I fear many more are going to, and she just looks out at the lake, start choosing to forget.
Have you lost someone?
No. Marshall and I weren't lucky in that regard, but we were lucky to have each other. And the guppy.
Do you all want to rest for the night, or do you want to dive in and see what we can do? I mean, if the town is mostly going to sleep.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not
want to
sure.
like upset anyone. If
Right.
if the town is going to sleep, then I think we should rest. But like Seraphina's energy would be to plow ahead. But yeah, she could stop for a minute.
We can keep a distance, but if it's all right with everyone else, I'd like to see the lake at night.
I'll go with you.
I think we should all go together.
Diego recounts the sailor in the bar before one more time, just about seeing the lights under the water as well and the knocking sounds.
Did you hear any knocking sounds, or was it only the bells?
Declan, I only heard bells, right?
Yeah, but it sounded like a bell being rung underwater.
Right. Okay. I heard muffled bells. Every time that I heard them, water would either leave me or lead the way, or I would get hurt. I had an awful headache leaving, but it was really the least of my priorities. But it takes, even if you survive.
As we spend time with her, we're not getting anything back. She's still a stranger to us.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry that
Damn.
we don't know you, but I am glad you got out.
Thank you. It's okay. We'll figure something out. I think I would like to take Diego slightly aside. Just because it feels, I don't know, impertinent to reveal like this kind of information if he hasn't fully put it together. But because I mean, you know your son Core, anyways, and in the journal it's addressed to Core. But I'd say to Diego, Diego, I'm sorry, and I'm sure you've put the pieces together, but I believe Felicia is your daughter. I think she was adventuring with us, and she must have gone ahead to scout.
That's so like her, you know, just like a mother.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we don't need to talk about that right now.
Okay. I do think if there's anything we can do to find information about whatever book she mentioned in her journal, she said to Cole that if you're reading this, then the book is cursed, and I think that's a trail we do need to follow, unfortunately.
I don't suppose the town has a library.
I suppose we can look in the morning.
If it's anything
Actually-
like back home, it doesn't have one.
Could I wave over to Marshall or Calla if they're still around?
Marshall's at the bar. Kala's gone off to like just start, because again, it's afternoon rolled into evening by the time Seraphina had arrived, and now it's sort of dusk. So she's tidying up in the back. But Marshall is just at the bar.
Sorry to lean so heavily on you, but we are strangers to the village. If I could ask, there isn't some sort of renowned book in the village, by chance.
He's actually stooped at because like again it's like the man is kind of dumbfounded with the question. I don't think so. And then he just kind of shouts back into the back kitchen, Kala, love, dear, any famous books in Achille Bridge?
I think if I hear him kind of relaying that, I would walk up as well and say, "Oh, are there any famous myths about a book, a fabled book, anything that would be significant to this area or to the lakes?"
Kala comes out and she's just, her hands are wet, like, and you can see kind of some suds and bubbles on them. She kind of wipes them on a penny apron. Well, you said you were at Claro, correct?
Yes.
Like, a lot of folk think, well, and they're not wrong, but a lot of folk attribute the lakes to War, the god of water, the prime from before, but 'tis actually his son who was born here, or so they say. The lake was where Tawar drew Klishta from, and well, I don't know of any books. Klishta was the god of knowledge.
Is there a temple to Tuar here?
In
I know there
Achille?
was one in Claro, but is there one here?
No, there was a shrine to
Okay.
the pantheon, but I think I don't think there's much of it left.
Could you
no-
tell me where that is anyways? Just in case.
Yeah, she kind of gestures out the door, just left of the square. There's a small little bit of a hill. You'll find it there nestled in a bear grotto. I really wouldn't be looking for anything. It's not, ever since, and like she's struggling to kind of, I don't know, it's like almost half apologizing for the fact that they haven't kept it up, or they haven't kept it.
That's
It's
okay.
understandable.
And she kind of just, well, there's pots to be scrubbed, and this one, and she kind of just flicks some of the suds from her hand at Marshall. Wouldn't know the back end of a pot scrubber, and she vanishes down back into the back kitchen.
Thank you, Kala.
We have somewhere to look at least.
I think we got 3 places to look.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're
Sorry.
headed for the lake first.
Depends.
said-
Can we kill 2 birds with 1 stone? Is that on the way to the lake, or is it the opposite direction?
It would be, I mean, you'd be moving sort of perpendicular with the bank of the lake, so you could move it again. You'd be following the lake, but you wouldn't be walking towards the shore.
Fair.
What do we want to do first?
I suppose if it's dark enough, we could go to the lake first, and then we'll check for the books and the shrine in the morning.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan.
Are ye taking some time to do a short rest, or is it like, as in, like if you're waiting for nightfall, it will be a couple of hours if you wanted to short rest, or if you wanted to go straight now?
I think
you
that's
could.
a good idea.
Yeah.
Sure.
We don't need to immediately re-traumatize Seraphina.
I think Seraphine is quite antsy, but I appreciate you looking out for her.
Yeah, it's a short rest, Seraphina, but it's not particularly restful.
Yeah.
Because it is that energy, and it's nervous, anxious energy is just coiling inside you. And over the course of a couple of hours, as each of you kind of sits down or takes a breath or lays out the plan, the idea is to head to the lake, observe it, and then move up towards the old shrine. Correct? So I got that. Okay. As night falls, Achille Bridge gets a warm glow, but it isn't the kind of the warmth that you would know from a lantern. It's as you the square is lit up in loads of different colors. Each little building, whether pink, fuchsia, teal, red, orange, the lanterns outside it glow that color. It's illuminates kind of the front of the that brightness against the dark, the gray. They seem to carry it with them into the night, where the buildings might be muted by the dark. With these lamps, with these torches, with these flames, with this color, they refuse to let their brightness diminish. It is briskly cold when you step outside, and you don't know if it's just from the warmth from the drowned guppy, but each of you kind of finds yourself pulling at the edges of your cloak, your sleeves, burrowing into yourself a little bit for warmth as the wind just rolls in from the lake. And as the four of you venture out, you see that those heavy grey clouds that had sort of weighed in the sky for most of the day, they've drifted on. They've been carried by these winds, and your eyes are drawn upwards to a very pale crescent moon. And there's no lake water.
What?
The lake has receded.
Like to a smaller lake, or the bed is completely dry as far as we can see?
You can walk into the lake.
To the stone.
Don't think we should.
Sorry, Diego, did you say to the stones?
The sailor said he could see the stones. He could see the lights amongst them. I didn't realize it'd be so literal. There wasn't any water.
I can take someone else on this broom with me, and I think from the last time, I shouldn't do this alone. I don't trust walking on these as the tide has receded. It feels like a trick. This water is smart. I think we should go and investigate, but I don't think I should go alone.
Do you have a preference for who goes with you?
Above table, I have no magic. But like I can look at things, but I'm not high intelligence or anything. I am attuned to the room, and that's kind of my skill.
I have been itching to cast Detect Thoughts on this lake.
Oh, interesting.
But if anybody else has like a particular skill that they think would be super useful or really, really wants to go, I'm open to it.
We can take it in turns. I the only reason I'm going is because I'm attuned to the broom, but I can take anyone in and out. So if you want to come first, Felicity, then we can do that.
Diego, Herodor, will you keep watch?
I was just going to say at the end of a short rest as well, I can give heroic inspiration to 2 allies if one give it to Seraphina and whoever's going with her first. So
amazing.
Thank you.
And then I'll stay behind with Herodor.
Okay.
Considering the light situation, I do have a torch out at this point as well. So going to hold that as high as I can to make sure they can still see it.
Quick question. Before we do this, is there like, can we try to skip stones again just to make sure that the water isn't like hiding in plain sight?
Invisible water.
Okay.
You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
you want to pick up a stone and just chuck it?
yeah, I want to see like if there's any. I mean, I guess stones would just skip anyways. What's a better way to test if there's water, guys? Like, I want us, I want us all trying to find out if this is here.
Well, no,
without stepping in it.
If you did that and it
Yeah.
skipped along the surface of where the water was,
Yeah,
that's not
yeah,
going to
it'd be
the
higher
same
than
as
the
As opposed
ground.
to
Yeah.
Right.
dropping down into the lake bed.
Okay. Can we? It's stupid, but can I try that?
Yeah. You hear it rattle against stone.
Okay.
So it just dips down then.
All right.
Let's saddle up that broom.
Yeah. Let's go.
With Diego and Herodor at the edge of the lake, you watch as Serafina and Felicity climb onto the broom, and with a gentle kick off the ground, the broom hovers and then it glides over the top of the lake. Below you, it's just dark. You can occasionally see Felicity and Serafina glimpses of the moon's light catching on some of the wet rocks below you. But as Achille Bridge disappears into the dark behind you and the glow of Herodor's torch just begins to diminish, it just below you, it just looks like a void.
Can I cast Detect Thoughts on the void?
You can.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Cast
Okay.
magic missile at the darkness.
No, wrong thing. Okay. What do I roll for this? Do I? I think it just
It
happens.
just happens. Yeah.
Right? Okay. So she's focusing specifically on where the lake was. She doesn't really want anybody who's on the lake bed. She doesn't want to get Serafina. She's trying to get anything she can from the lake area.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Can I say that if she were to get like psychic damage enough that it would like she'd lose her balance or something, that I was like prepared because I've been hurt by this. So
Okay.
I'd be prepared to like kind of get her in such a way that we are flying back to shore.
So you, Declan, had given me inspiration. Can I use that to re-roll?
Yeah, you can. Of course you can.
Wonderful. So much worse. Okay, that's a 4.
Okay. You take a breath, Felicity, and you can, as your mind clears, and you can feel the cold air against your skin. You can feel the light from the moon on you. You can feel the warmth from Serafina's body behind you. You can hear her heartbeat. You can almost feel her pulse. You sense the worry and the fear. You can sense the gaps, the pieces of her that don't fit together anymore because something's missing. You cast your mind out, and immediately you feel it torn down as you hear hundreds of people screaming.
That's what I was worried about.
Get out! Get out! Grab the children! It's too late! Fear and panic and worry and pain and grief and rage. You are overwhelmed by the thoughts. And then you hear him. What are you reading, sweetheart? Here's a look at that. And this old man reaches for the book on your lap.
It's probably a pirate adventure.
You can't be reading this kind of... Oh, no. Oh, no. This is too simple. And he reaches kind of, he turns and he reaches up for a shelf and, oh, no. And there's just this big tome. The Lives and Crimes of Grania Nivoel. And he just drops this old book onto your lap. Now, if you want real inspiration, skip the first 20 or so pages. That's just all fluff. The fellow who wrote it hadn't a clue what he was talking about.
I mean, assuming she's just lost in this moment, Felicity's never been happier to just be there with a book and her father. She would immediately just skip to the page he recommended and absolutely lose herself in the story.
The book is heavy on your lap. And you can smell the dust off the pages. There's a faint smell of blackthorn pipe smoke that he had been told to cut down on. But when he read a good book, or when someone read an even better book to him, he'd partake. But then the words on the page, the ink starts to run. The page, there's ink on your hands. And there's water at your feet. And you hear a voice.
I can take the pain away. I can wash your grief and sorrow from you. I can save you. I can help.
I think Felicity's immediate reaction would be to recoil. Her father is so much of who she is. Even the thought of losing him is far more painful than the loss of him in her reality. That was not well spoken. But no, like the thought of not remembering him is significantly more painful than the memory of her loss. Like it would be almost a panicked reaction.
Join us, Felicity, and you will know no more grief, no more pain.
Grief is just proof that love was there. Why would I lose that? Why would I give that up? I think mentally she's like kicking and screaming at this.
You are broken, and I will fix you. I will save you.
I'm not. I save other people. That's what I do. Maybe
would I
you
have
need
noticed a
saving.
change in her body, like in the way that she is? Like, would I have had the
She's
instinct to return?
Tensed. Like she's not. all this is happening kind of within her
Of course.
her own psyche, but her whole body has tensed. Like she's
Right.
Take 10 psychic damage for the city.
And can I get us the heck out of there?
Yeah, you like it isn't even just sort of a strain. Like her body snaps, like she almost like she bangs the back of her head into your face, Seraphina, and it's just a moment where it's not a headbutt, but it's just sort of as she rips herself from it. This hissing sound cuts through the void. And as you look down, you see that there is just this hand reaching up out of the dark, made of water. And it vanishes. And the lake begins to glow. And there are lights about 90 feet below you both. And Felicity, you can see the drowned village of Claro below you. From the banks, Diego and Herodor, you see lights in the distance, moving, shifting, and gliding. You hear this shriek. And that is where we'll leave this episode.
Wow.
A massive thank you to Gabrielle, Paul, Richard, and Monica. To everybody in chat. Oh no, I came in right at the end. Yes, unfortunately, Astro Rookie, you did, but you will be able to catch the VOD in the next couple of days. It'll be here on Twitch anyway, I think. I don't know how Twitch works. I'm Declan, and I have been your game master. If this is your first time here, if it's your first time around these parts, welcome to D8 Dungeon. We are a group of tabletop role play. Why was I struggling to say what we were? We're a group of tabletop role playing game enthusiasts, mostly from Ireland, but we have friends and players all over the world who come together to help us tell stories like this. This is the Emberlight Saga, a grim dark fantasy campaign about. Declan has forgotten who we are. Oh no, it's doing me too. Oh no.
I like that as all.
With 23 players coming together to tell this story. If this has been your cup of tea and you maybe want to check out some of the other stuff from D8 Dungeon, I'm going to do a little bit of a I was going to say a shameless plug. It's my channel. I can plug it, and it's my podcast. But it's a shameless plug for our podcast series, Romancing the Dungeon. If you like your tabletop role-playing games full of drama and big characters, if you like heart-wrenching moments and bellyfuls of laughs, then I would encourage you to check out Romancing the Dungeon. It is, it's been running for 5-6 years. We're in our 3rd season of our first campaign, which makes it sound like we've done nothing. But that's about 150 episodes. It's an award-winning piece of content. It's an absolute labor of love. Astro Rookie, thank you so much for also there was that weird subscription war. I don't know if we call it war, but
it was a hype train. What do you mean?
It was a hype train / gift off. But a big thank you to everybody in chat who joined us this evening. I hope you are enjoying the story that we were telling. We're not back for 2 weeks. We're not back for 2 weeks, but Emberlight Saga is back next Monday for the... God, none of these stuff is light and easy. Next week, it's the Howling at Blue Pines. Oh, God. Oof.
If you need to cry, come back.
Yeah, if you need
That's
to
the
cry.
through line.
Yeah.
This is your Monday evening cry session.
Yes. Yeah. If you want to come hang out, if you want to get involved, if you want to chat to some of the cast or myself, there's a link to our Discord. Just go in. You can catch us on all of the major social media platforms, but I suck at it. I suck so bad at social media. But you can find us there, and occasionally I remember to post stuff. It's early days yet, but I have begun work on D8 Dungeon Drive 2026, and I want to raise a stupid amount of money for charity again this year, and I really
Hell
want
yeah.
your help doing it. There will be, if you want to find out about D8 Dungeon Drive, the Discord server is the first place that we always post. I'll bring the clown back, Declan. Oh no.
That feels like a threat.
I'll donate if you don't bring the clown back. But if you want to get obsessed with a pointless coin checking game, does anybody know what homebrews?
Nope.
No.
Okay, he's just crazy. Okay, we're gonna leave it there, and I'm back on Thursday with random DMs. He says, wondering if that's true. We're playing Curse of Strahd. I say we are playing Curse of Strahd. 5 DMs are playing Curse of Strahd, and every session it's a different DM in the chair.
Awesome.
So it's 5 very different ways of doing random DMs. Asteroki, you can tell us what we're doing wrong, because we're doing so much of it wrong. There's 5 very different versions of Strahd, and we've only seen one of them so far. And his weird cousin that we accidentally invented, who only moves horizontally. Anyway, I'm not going to explain it. I'm getting lost. We
Declan,
are going to,
I have one question to lighten the mood before we go. How long were you waiting to use that voice changer?
Oh, I only figured out. I figured out I could use it yesterday.
Haunting.
Look, I don't want to.
If you would have pulled that out
to me,
yeah, haunting. So cool.
Yeah.
Great touch.
Yeah.
No, I'll be. Don't worry. I've started experimenting. I've got time now. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. All right. I'm checking this to the credits. I'm going to find us somebody to raid in the meantime. Thank you all so much. I hope you've had a lovely evening. And whatever your week is like, I hope it's a good one. And we'll see you very, very soon.
bye.
Bye.
Bye.